about 15 more minutes together because some of you are just coming back from signing up on the website. You're thinking, oh, it's still spinning a little bit. That's okay. It's gonna process. You're gonna get an email confirmation here in a few minutes. By the time I'm done talking, your website's probably going to be up and running. It's going to be really exciting, and you're going to know exactly what to do to launch your business. So I just want you to, if you have a pen and paper, great, or you can take your phone out and you can take a few notes, but we're going to be helping you to get started, and we're going to show you some of your resources. But I want to go quick because I don't want to keep anybody past the top of the hour. So let's get into this. And I just want to start by letting you know you are joining the right company at the right time. So right now we have more than 700 ring earners. I'm going to share with you what that is here in a second. And we are minting new ring earners almost on a daily basis. So a ring earner is this. We have this recognition program, and there's rings. They're like Super Bowl rings that I should have brought mine, but you get a ring. Oh, there's some above me. You can see them behind my camera in the trophy case. So you get a ring at $50,000 in a 12-month period. So if you earn $50,000 in a 12-month period, and it doesn't have to be January to December, it can be any 12 months, then you earn the $50,000 ring. Then we have a ring for $100,000 in a 12-month period. We have a ring for $150,000 in a 12-month period. Then we have a ring for $200,000 in a 12-month period. And then they go up from there in increments of 100,000. So it's 300, then 400, and 500,000. And then the final ring currently in our 12 ring system is $1 million. So if you earn $1 million in a 12-month period, you get the $1 million ring. And we've just celebrated in the last 90 days our newest $1 million ring earner. So that's powerful and exciting. And a lot of the ring earners are also Millionaire Club members, and some of them are about to become Millionaire Club members. And here's what that is. That's a different recognition program. Millionaire Club is recognized when you've earned $1 million minimum from our company. So this is not $1 million in business written, it's $1 million in real dollars that have been put into your bank account. So when the company puts $1 million in your checking account, you become a Millionaire Club member. And there are cool things that happen there. We actually have we have a lot of special recognition that happens at live events, and we even at our international convention, we have a suite that's just for Millionaire Club members, which is great. It's got food and drinks and all kinds of fun stuff. Well, we have 300 families that are Millionaire Club members right now. And again, adding more all the time. So you're joining the company at the right time. Also, and I think this is a really critical thing for you to understand, is that right now, more than 30,000 people, we call them associates in our business, are earning monthly residual income. So remember I said in the presentation, 95% of Americans don't earn any form of residual income. So they don't have a patent and they're earning, income. They're not actors getting royalties. They didn't write a book. They don't have any residual income. And residual income, easy definition is you do something one time, you get paid on it again and again. Like if I write a book, then I wrote the book one time, and then every time somebody buys a copy of the book, I get residual income. That's what we're talking about. Well, in our company right now, we have 30,000 associates that are getting paid monthly residual income checks from our company. And so some of those people just signed up a few members, and they've been earning income every month from those few members. Some people signed up a few dozen or a few hundred or a few thousand. Some people have signed up thousands of members. And so their residual income checks are work off of how many members they have on the books. But I want you to know that's powerful, right? That's a 51-year-old company. Real people are earning real money every day. And I want to share this quote from Darnell Self, who's our Executive Vice President of Network and Business Development. Mr. Self is $1 million ring earner. He says, everyone has a day one, just like you. So I talked to you about the ring earners and the Millionaire Club members and those 30,000 people earning residual income. Every single one of them started where you're starting today. They were brand new in the business. Now they have their date that they started is different than your date, but that is the only thing that's different. And you can follow the same system that they followed and have the same results. It is a predictable, it's a proven success system. So I want to make sure that's clear, because I'm going to show you and share with you a simple system. And it's so simple that some of you watching this are going to say, it couldn't be that simple. There's something missing. And there's a danger in that, because when you start to tell yourself there's something missing, then what you do is you go about putting in the thing that you think is missing. And I promise you, that's why I'm addressing it. Over 51 years, over all of this success, this is a company that has taken the complexities out of the system and continued to refine the system. And in some ways, we use technology to make things move faster, but not to create distance between the individuals, because this is a people business. So again, Mr. Self says everyone has a day one, just like you. So I want to take you first, your attention to our website where we're going to send you first. This is called pplsifirststep.com. So you see the URL. I'll bet one of our leaders will put it in the chat for you to click on. And you also have a QR code on the page. You can just screenshot this if you're not somewhere where you can take notes. This is where we want you to go immediately. This is the first step training. And in this training, I'm going to share with you a few things, but I wanted to let you know also that it's available in English, Spanish, and French. And so you have access to this in those languages. And it's also closed caption. So if you're hearing impaired or someone in your team is hearing impaired, a lot of our trainings, there's also an ASL version, American Sign Language version. But for this website, there's closed caption that will be helpful for you. So here's what's on the site you're going to go to. This is April Hurst, and Miss Hurst is a ring earner. She's going to talk to you about how to make your list. And you're going to notice in my screenshots that I provided for you, these are not long videos. In fact, April Hurst is going to do this for you in less than 2 minutes, minute 58 seconds. So she's going to show you how to make a list of people, because everybody that you have in your phone, on your social media, that you know, that you've done business with, that you've crossed paths with in your entire lifetime, the vast majority of them have never heard of Legal Shield or ID Shield. And the majority of those people would sign up for it if they knew it existed. Now, those are the facts, right? The reason today we're not at 45 million or 55 or 65 million people is not because we showed it to them and they said they didn't want a plan. It's because no one has ever presented Legal Shield and ID Shield to those people. So we're going to show you how to make your list. Also, and we're going to take you over to David and Liz LeCue. And the LeCues are Ring Earners and Millionaire Club members. And they're going to show you how we have these scripts that are already set up for you. And in these scripts, you can just share this scripted language with the people on your list. As a text message, for example, they're going to kind of walk you through that. It could be as simple as copying a text that's already been written, pasting it in your phone, and sending it to someone on your list. Now again, that's a couple minute video. And then you're going to hear from Mr. Don Thompson. Mr. Thompson he comes from the field. He's one of us from the field. He's a Ring Earner, a Millionaire Club member. He's been in the business nearly 30 years, but also about 5 years ago, he was appointed as president of our network division. So Mr. Thompson is going to take you through registering for our Fast Start class that I mentioned, that class to help you get started. And he's going to talk to you about how to get Fast Start qualified. And getting Fast Start qualified is really the first part of your story. So you're going to be sharing your story for years to come in Legal Shield. But I want you to know that story can be that you got Fast Start qualified, because Fast Start qualifying is getting that $100 bonus in your first 20 days or less. And the way you qualify for that $100 bonus is you get your first promotion also in those first 20 days or less. And the way you get that promotion is you just protect a few families right away. So some people, they watch a lot of videos, they think about this stuff for a long time, they contemplate, they go back to their normal lives, and they don't prioritize, and then they don't Fast Start qualify. But for those of you that'll just put a little bit of emphasis on that one goal right off the bat, and Don Thompson's going to talk to you about that, you will get Fast Start qualified, and that'll be part of your story. And again, the $100 bonus is not going to change your life, but it is going to change your story. And I would love for your story to start with, I got my $100 Fast Start bonus, and then I continued on. As a matter of fact, as I mentioned in the other training, there's in the presentation, there's right now a $100,000 bonus on the table for 2023. So how you do anything is how you do everything. Pick up the $100 bonus and then use that same focus and attention to pick up the $100,000 bonus if you'd like to go for that as well. Next, our friend Daniel Gonzalez is going to talk to you. Now, Mr. Gonzalez is a Ring Earner out of Florida, and he serves as our network vice president over South Florida, but he's also oversees our Legal Shield in Espanol, or our Spanish language membership, and all of the content that we deliver to people in Spanish. We have attorneys that speak Spanish so they can help all of our members that only speak Spanish or would prefer to speak in Spanish. So he's going to help you. He's also a whiz with the technology, and he's going to walk you through downloading the mobile apps that allow you to build your business and operate it from anywhere you're standing. Through our technology today, we're no longer a home-based business. We're a work from anywhere business. So you can wrap your Legal Shield business around your life. And that's what I do. I've got a daughter in school. She's school age. So, I often operate my business while she's at school. And it wouldn't be unusual for me to be seeing some of that information and kind of reviewing some of the stuff in my phone while I'm waiting for her to come out of school at the end of the day. It's just exciting that you never have to choose anymore between your family and your business, because they can coexist together. And if you've ever had to make that choice, it's a tough choice. And I want you to know, with this business and with our technology, you're off in a whole new direction. So Daniel can also walk you through all of that information. And so just with a little bit of time I have left, I just want to share with you a couple of thoughts from our success system, which is going to be shared with you in the trainings that I just directed you to. But I wanted to give you just a few minutes from my own voice, because I thought maybe it would be helpful if I told you a little bit more about my story, because we're here together. And 19 and a half years ago, I became an associate just like you did today. And I got started just like you're doing today. And as I showed you, April Hurst is going to teach you how to make a list. That's the first thing I did. I made a list. We have these great tools called memory joggers to help you think of people to put on your list. So, who do you know that has a business? Who do you know that has teenage drivers? Who do you know that drives like a teenager? That's a fun joke. But who has children in college? Who do you know that needs to update their will? And it just helps you start to think in terms of those types of things. And I'll just share with you that I hope you never prejudge anybody on your list, okay? Because you're going to have this memory jogger tool. You're going to be able to make a list of everyone you know. But I remember making my first list and putting a man named Bill Sharon. He was at the very top of the list. And even though I wrote him on the list because that's what the trainer said to do, I hesitated to actually share the information with him. And the reason was that I'd known him my whole life. The reason was that we had tried to start a business before and it just went terribly. Like, we didn't make any money. And actually, not only did we not make any money, but we ended up owing money that we didn't have to begin with. And it was just a tough time for us. And I figured he's not going to want to talk to me about a business, but I overcame that anxiety. I invited him for a cup of coffee and I showed him basically what you just saw, that presentation I just did. I played a video for him that had that presentation on it. And he said yes. And this is me and Bill. Bill Sharon today. Now he's from Rutland, Vermont, like I am. And him and his team have signed up over 7,000 members for this membership. It's just been incredible. And I almost didn't even show him the business. I almost didn't expose him to what we do. But I'm so grateful that I did. And by the way, I had no idea what I was doing. And Bill will be the first person to tell you this. Like, I was brand new, but I showed it to him. He said yes. And we learned this business together. And because I showed it to him, he was on my team. And so even though we were learning the business together, and in some ways he was even moving faster than me, I benefited from that because I showed him the business, because I brought him in. So I want to make sure you understand, because sometimes people say to me, well, once I figure it all out, I'm going to start my team. But I think you should start your team right away, because you can learn this business with the people you're sharing it with. And by the way, today Bill is retired. He moved to the Atlanta suburbs. He always wanted to get out of these harsh winters we have up here in New England. And once he had success with this business, that's what he decided to do. So that's a picture of the two of us at an event one time. Another guy, Pat McGurn, he used to be in the delivery truck with me. And I convinced him to take a look at the information. He did. He got started with me. So far, him and his team have signed up over 1,000 people into the membership. It's just been incredible. And I made it a family business. Here's my mom. When my mom was alive, she was in the business with me. She loved her membership. And so when I got involved in the business, I shared the business with her as well. My grandfather, if any of you have ever read On Purpose, the book that I wrote about my journey in this business and making $1 million, going from delivering furniture for a living to becoming a millionaire in America. In that book, I talk a lot about my grandfather. He was a postmaster in Proctor, Vermont, and he loved his Legal Shield membership. And I remember saying, hey, do you think you'd want to build this business with me? And showing it to him. And he just said, yes, absolutely. And he was retired, but it just gave him such a glow, because he was looking for something he could do. And it wasn't, I just to be honest, it wasn't even about the financial incentives for him. He was retired. He had a retirement for you. He had been in the military. He'd been in the National Guard. He's retired from the post office, but he loved people. And he was always taking care of people. And this just, what we do really just landed for him. And I was so proud that we could do that together. So this is our baseball diamond. I'm basically out of time, but I just wanted to share this with you because this is our whole system. And you'll see this in the Fast Start training. But this is what we do is, we have a list of people. And you can always picture it like a baseball diamond, because it's, even if you don't really watch baseball or understand baseball, I think we all know what the baseball diamond looks like. But you can take someone to what we call first base by just sharing a video with them, which we have an incredible mobile app where you can text somebody a video of a presentation like the one I just did that you watched me do. We've got great presentations by several different people, or you can invite them to a presentation like this, but you get to make an exposure by having somebody else do the presentation. And then once your prospect has seen the information, I can predict they're probably going to have some questions. Now, not everybody, because when I saw the presentation, I was just flat out in, because I'd owned the membership for 10 years. I knew it worked. I knew it helped me. I knew it saved me a ton of money. So when I saw the opportunity to get involved, I got involved right away. And a lot of people do. It's only $49. They see the value of the membership and they just flat out say, okay, I'm in, it makes sense. But sometimes people do have some questions. So just like I don't have to do the presentation because I can send someone a video to get them to first base, I also don't have to answer their questions because I can have any one of the other leaders jump on a call or a Zoom and answer questions for my prospect. Now, I want to let you know something. Because of our culture here, this is not a situation where someone's going to hard close your friend or try to convince them to do something that they're not sure they want to do. It truly is a question and answer session. And I've done this for people for years. I've done thousands of these calls, and so have so many of you that are watching this right now. It's just a way for us to get people's questions answered. And a lot of times part of the answering their questions is inviting them to see something else. And again, somebody else can do the presentation. So we have in-person events all over the country as well. And if someone has questions and they're excited about getting started, but they really want to meet the team first, they can also come to a live event before they sign up and see the whole story for themselves in person in any major city in the US or Canada. Isn't that exciting? It's that simple of a system. And remember I said at the beginning, just because it's simple, don't think things are missing, because nothing's missing. And you can help people get started. And then because the system is simple, they can follow it too, which means that you can get what's called duplication. So just as I'm running out of time here, here's the action steps. Complete the first step training that we talked about. The last slide I'm going to leave you with is also that website link again, so you can go back to it. Make your list. Start sharing with the prospects on your list our exposure videos or whatever you like best, whatever tool you like. Set a goal, make a commitment to Fast Start Qualify. You have 20 days, but I've been watching associates do this for 2 decades, and here's what I know. It takes about 2 days. Now, a lot of people put it off until it's the last 2 days, and that's not fun. It creates stress that's not necessary. So just don't do that. Don't be like those people. Instead, just do it in the first couple of days. It'll be fun and it'll be a great story. And then join our performance club. Remember I talked about the trips? I'll show you the slide again. Our performance club is so fun. So performance club, you're going to protect about 2 to 4 families a month, depending on what they sign up for, to performance club qualify on a monthly basis. But by doing that, you'll earn cash bonuses every month, and you can graduate up to $500 a month. That's an extra $6,000 a year. And every year when they announce the next trip, and we're going to be hearing what that next trip is probably pretty soon, that's going to be the minimum qualification. And me and my family, we've been all over the world. See, I came from a little town where I never saw anything. I went on an airplane for the first time in my 20s, and I got my passport in my 30s. So I had not seen the world before I came to this company. But I have a daughter who's about to turn 8, and she's had a completely different life. Here she is. This is when she was 1. She was in Moon Palace in Cancun. So has she been on an airplane? Oh, yeah. She's been on a lot of airplanes. Does she have a passport? She sure does. As a matter of fact, here, this is her second birthday, Atlantis in the Bahamas. For a while, the trips were lining up with her birthdays, which was a lot of fun. Here she is with Timber Mosley in Jamaica. So she's just growing up with all of these other, our friends, our associate friends. This is, I took a couple shots of our hotel room in Cabo San Lucas one shot where it looks out straight at the ocean in front of us. Another of there's a hot tub on everybody's balcony. That was fun. So we all had, it's hundreds of us that go on these trips together. Here I am now. I'm look all bundled up because that's Iceland, and we're actually on a glacier where we're snowmobiling across a glacier. So that was a lot of fun. And last year we did Maui, Hawaii. Again, hundreds of us. There's Olive in Hawaii. Of course, she was excited about that. She got to be there with all the Legal Shield kids. These kids are growing up together. And I share these pictures with you because I know you're seeing all this for the first time. We want you here with us. I want to make sure if nobody else says it, and a whole bunch of people will, I want you to know that Jim Tanner is inviting you to walk the beaches of the world with us, because it's a lot of fun and it's completely doable and it's within reach of everybody that's here in this presentation today. And again, our kids they're growing up together. They're seeing this incredible worldview that they otherwise would not have had. And real people are winning in this business. Here's just a handful of us from our last convention where we all got together and got a big picture. And the stories that we need to tell next are your stories of getting started, your story of fast start qualifying and getting your bonus, your story of getting Performance Club qualified. We want to hear your stories of traveling with us on these exotic trips. We want to tell those stories. So let's get your business started right away. And again, this is the last. I'm going to leave this slide up. I'm going to leave the Zoom open for probably 60 to 90 seconds. You might have someone you need to contact that's on the screen. But this is our pplsifirststep.com website. This is where you need to go. Again, it's available in English, Spanish, and French. And I'm so excited for all of you. Some of you got started just tonight. And to those of you, congratulations. Welcome to Legal Shield. Some of you got started last week and you're coming back here and you're bringing your first guests to see this presentation. Congratulations to you for being core and following this system. And some of you have been with us for months and years and even many years. And congratulations for all of you to be consistent in your business and to keep showing up and bringing new people to this information. It's been my absolute honor, privilege, and pleasure to be able to share with you what was shared with me, which absolutely changed my life. And I'm grateful that I could be here as one of the voices welcoming you to this business, to this mission, and to your future. Good night, everybody.